All right, guys, we're back at it here with another video, and this is a very special video. This is going to be posted up on YouTube because it's going to be too long to post on Facebook, and this is primarily for my animal people. And this video is to inform and educate people about the pollution and trash and things that are discarded at our local lakes and parks here. And I feel the best way to educate is to have a visual approach like this so that it makes an impact about how severe the situation is. So most of this stuff was collected here in Phoenix, Cesar Chavez Park, and Canto and Desert West primarily, but I go around to all the parks from here to Gilbert to Chandler to El Mirage. So with that said, we're going to just go through everything and we'll show you this stuff has pretty much all been picked out of the lake, 99% of it. There's a few things, but pretty much all of it. And we'll go through everything and kind of show you. Obviously, golf balls, I get quite a few of them. As you can see, different colors and varieties. But, I mean, this pollutes the lake. And, you know, I hope to repurpose them into something. What? I don't know. And so go down to some of our river finds or river treasures. These are all the knives that I've pulled out of the lake. You've got some folding ones here. Some of them are rusted out. Obviously, they've been in the water. You've got some ones that you fold the blade on. You got some fillet knives. People skin the fish when they catch them. Some X-Actos. Another fillet knife. This guy's been in there, but the coolest thing is this axe here. I gotta clean it up, but it's got like some, it's hard to see, but it's got like a wolf etched into the logo there. And back here, you've got some sunglasses. I think I see Eric Amadio's glasses there. And you've got, these are two that I personally wear. There, sometimes you find some really good stuff out there. Some tactical glasses, some kind of GPS thing. Flashlight, a slingshot. Believe it or not, I found quite a few disc golf frisbees. Boombox, I think some grip strengtheners. This is the weirdest thing I've ever found in the lake. It's literally a piece of shit, but it's not, and it's got a little secret compartment that you can store things in. A little compartment there. Very weird, very unusual. Found quite a bit of cell phones here, ranging from iPhones to Motorola to Samsung. Unfortunately, none of them work. Really old, busted up, but this goes to show you. And most of these, I recently excavated Chavez, and I found about 6 or 7 of these guys in Chavez alone. Then you got your toys, your squirt guns, your noodles, your baseballs, softballs, things like that. And you got your sports balls, footballs, basketballs, soccer. These are regular frisbees here. I think this guy right here actually lights up. Yeah, it's got like a battery component where you can actually light it up. You got some more football, basketball, volleyballs, some skateboards. Got a couple skateboards there. And then this side is mostly our sporting goods side. I'm going to show you all our fishing stuff. Before I do, I'll show you how the system that I have. As you can see, these are all recent stuff. Well, not recent, but I'll fill a bag up. Once it gets full, it goes into the bin. But basically how it starts is I'll usually fill a tote up a month of fishing line and other debris. Then it gets sorted in little bins like this, and then it will get bagged. And then once the bags are full, they'll go into an overflow tote. But usually I'll get like a big tote every month or two. And it takes 5 to 6 hours literally just to cut through everything, sort everything out, get all the hooks separated from sinkers. But as you can see, we've got some sinkers here, some pretty nice fishing reels, the glow-in-the-dark sticks. These are bait. I think they're like bait holders. You got some fancy lures, some more holders. These are linkages. You've got the bells that when you catch a fish, the bell will ring. These are rubber hook lures, so they're rubber fish or rubber bait that has a hook in it. You got some kids bobbers. These are like the frog ones. Small hooks, large hooks. You've got some green bills in there. These are the kind of like metal lure bait things. And then you've got some big sinkers in there. Those are big guys. All right, so now we'll start. We will go from the back just like we did before, work our way up. These are all the handles or cranks for your fishing reels there. Quite a few of those. Then we'll talk about why I pull some of this out. So like well, actually we'll go back there. So I want to talk about that too. Why we pull this stuff out. And obviously, so like your sinkers here, we want those out because ducks, birds, look at them. They say, oh, a little tasty treat. And they'll nip at one, or there might actually be food on the end of the hook, and the duck will get it, and it gets caught in its beak. You know, also swallowing is an issue, especially with like the rubber ones. You know, you don't want to get a bowel obstruction. Plus the litter. The line is the biggest problem. The fishing line obviously is our biggest problem because it gets tied up in the legs and feet, and it causes all sorts of health problems for the ducks and other birds. So going back here, speaking of which, we've got our cranks, but you got pretty much everything you need here to remove or cut fishing line. Pliers, nippers, scissors, everything you can think of in here, which is crazy. Literally discarded and not picked up by fishermen. Then you got nets. I got a few here, a lot of screeners, small little minnow nets. And then this is my overflow tote. So got all my excess reels. I've got bags and bags of reels. These are your little stringers for your fish. When you catch a fish, it goes through the gill. Got lots of rubbers. You want to get these out because, like I said, if a duck or a bird swallows one, you know, get stuck in the stomach. Lead sinkers. You got little pole pieces. These are the actual reels, the ones with the string on them that hold the fish as well. You got some miscellaneous wire, more fancy lures, and then of course hooks. And I've been hooked by these, and they're pretty painful. And I have a high pain tolerance, so just imagine a duck getting hooked by one of these or something with a smaller nervous system. And then we have all of the, these are the fishing pole holders. You stake them into the ground, you put your pole in. I mean, there's a ton of them. Of course, you can't go without the reels. We've got a lot of broken reels and parts here. 2 poles. One of the most collected things that I get, aside from fishing line, are bobbers. I mean, literally hundreds and hundreds of different bobbers. You've got glow-in-the-dark ones, pointed ones. There's some kids ones in here. Some foam. All sizes and shapes. Here's a tie-dyed one. I mean, anything you can think of is in here. But I have so many bobbers, it's not even funny. And believe it or not, packaged stuff gets left. You've got worms, you've got hooks, power bait, string. I mean, this was all discarded by fishermen. And so seeing all that, you do find the occasional fishing pole. I've got quite a few here. Some of them were pulled out of the lake. Some of them were, believe it or not, left behind by fishermen. And so I have quite a few. This is my standout one here. This guy right here. And I think it folds and extends. I don't know if it's anything. I don't know if that's any brand or not. But most of these guys are just basic. There's some kids ones in there. But this one was left behind. I think somebody had a little bit too much to drink. They forgot their fishing pole. But one man's trash is another man's treasure. And so these are my whole intact poles that are functioning. You've also got lots of bits and pieces that get left behind. Your rods, your poles, the tips. There's a really vintage looking one right there. So all this stuff gets thrown out. Golf clubs. I don't know what the hell else is in here. Yeah, just all sorts of handles and things, anything fishing related. And then I have found a couple nets, a couple big nets. And then these are really cool. These are people crayfish. And so I've got a lot of crayfish pods here. You got your mesh net one here. They'll put the bait in, they'll throw in the water, and they'll leave it overnight. And overnight turns into 2 days, into 3 days, and then, it gets stuck in the lake. And then this one right here is a very unique, sophisticated one. This is actually something somebody rigged out of wire and a Coke bottle here. But yeah, just the stuff that people throw out. And so, like I said, fishing line is probably the most notorious thing that I find, and it has caused death to many ducks, injury, amputations of feet and flippers, and all sorts of bad stuff. I could tell you a ton of story, but this may look like an ordinary bag of pellets here, but believe it or not, this is full to the brim with fishing line. All this fishing line has been removed, and it will never go back into the lake where it can harm a duck or a bird. And so the culmination of all of this stuff, like I said, it's been about a year of collecting. I wanted to make an impact video to show you guys how bad the problem is with this, and I think this really makes a impact. Now, what I will do with the stuff, I don't know, maybe resell it, put it towards the ducks, trying to offset some of these costs. I don't know yet, but really wanted to just show you guys, this is what I mostly do, is I'll pick up the fishing equipment, anything that's discarded, and like I said, collect it. Some of the stuff I use personally. But yeah, definitely. So this is just 1 year of collecting. There's more stuff too that's not just stuff that still has to go through, but not much that would add to this. But yeah, that's the video for today. And also like to thank our sponsor, Ray Flores, for making this video possible by donating some audio video equipment here. But this is the environmental impact video of our lake treasures here.